Here we are going to explain about the spectrum analyzer. In Central Instrumentation Center, we have the spectrum analyzer from the keyset manufacturers with the model number N9320B and which is having the frequency range 9 kHz to 3 GHz. Generally, by using the spectrum analyzer, we can measure the signal frequency, signal power level, phase noise, total harmonic distortion, intermodulation distortion. In this particular video, we are going to see how to measure the signal frequency, signal power and the phase noise by using a spectrum analyzer. So this is the procedure to measure the signal frequency and the signal power by using the spectrum analyzer. And in order to provide the input to the spectrum analyzer, we are using waveform generator, arbitrary waveform generator, which is available in our CIC. And by using this waveform generator, we are generating a sinusoidal signal of 1 megahertz frequency and 1 volt peak to peak signal. This signal we are giving from waveform generator to the spectrum analyzer using the probe. And if you observe this arbitrary waveform generator, here two channels are there. That means two signals we can able to provide by using this one. So first channel is indicating with the yellow color and second channel is indicating with the green color. And this is the photograph of the spectrum analyzer, and this is the terminal where we need to connect the signal for which the measurement is going to be happen. And this is the connecting procedure for the measurement of the signal power and the signal frequency, and signal is generated from the arbitrary waveform generator and that is connected to the spectrum analyzer using this particular probe. So now we will see how to set the amplitude and frequency in the waveform generator. So in channel 1 I have connected the probe from which we are going to generate the signal. So in order to make it active, we have to press this button 1, and in that we need to generate the waveform. What type of waveform we are generating means, for example purpose I have taken here sinusoidal signal, so that can be selected by clicking on this waveforms button. And by clicking that waveforms button, we can able to select like sinusoidal signal, triangle signal, square wave, pulse signal, and arbitrary waveform also we can able to generate by using this particular instrument. And after selecting the sinusoidal signal, now we need to give the parameters for that particular signal. That means like frequency, phase and amplitude we have to provide. For that the parameters option is available on the display of this particular waveform generator. So by clicking that parameters, we have options for providing the frequency, amplitude, offset and phase. So first here frequency is by default it is selected, and here I am giving 1000 kilohertz. That means 1 megahertz 1000 kilohertz I am giving. And then amplitude we have to provide. So amplitude button is there. By clicking that one, that will be enabled. So here we can able to provide 1 volt peak to peak I am giving, and offset is 0 and phase is also 0 degrees I am providing here. So now we have set the amplitude and frequency of the sinusoidal signal, and this signal we are giving to the spectrum analyzer by using this waveform generator, and we will measure whether the exact 1 megahertz frequency is coming or not. That means 1000 kilohertz is coming or not. So this is the display of the our spectrum analyzer. So first we have to click on the preset button. So in the rightmost corner you can able to observe here preset button. So by clicking that one, we can able to preset the entire spectrum analyzer. After that, two important things here we need to understand, that is frequency and span. And already I know I need to measure the signal which is having the frequency 1 megahertz. That means my center frequency must be 1 megahertz. And then I need to give the span. So before that center frequency we can able to see here frequency button is there. By clicking that frequency button, we can able to provide the center frequency. So using these number buttons like 1 megahertz, we can able to provide the center frequency. Then immediately we can able to observe the spike is available at center frequency, and here we can able to observe center that is at 1 megahertz, and in the bottom of the display also we can able to observe center that is 1 megahertz, and span is here 162 megahertz is there, this much is not required. So in order to visualize the signal on the display of the spectrum analyzer clearly, it is always better to choose the lower value of the span. So here span button is there. By clicking that particular span button, we can able to provide manually how much amount of span is required. From what frequency to what frequency the display is available. On the x-axis range we are providing. Okay, so otherwise instead of giving the span, you can give the stop frequency and start frequency also. So span is nothing but indirectly stop frequency minus start frequency. Otherwise directly we can able to give the span also. So here span we are giving 100 kilohertz, so that you can able to visualize the signal like this. And after setting this center frequency and span, next one more adjustment is there, that is amplitude. So here amplitude knob is there, button is there that you can able to press. By pressing that amplitude button, here reference level is there. So that reference level previously I think 0 is available. So because of that one, this peak is touching the top portion of the screen. In order to avoid that one, we are giving here certain amount of reference level. So here we have given 20 dBm so that we can able to see the signal properly here. So reference level here we have given 20 dBm. So in this way we can able to measure the signal frequency and the signal power. Okay, so at the bottom of the screen you can able to observe center frequency is 1 megahertz. Center in the sense exactly this peak is available at 1 megahertz. Using markers we can able to identify at what frequency how much amount of power level is there. That also we can able to identify. And here you can able to see span what we have given, that is 100 kilohertz, that is also displayed here. So in this manner we can able to measure the signal power level and the signal frequency. And now we will see how to measure the phase noise by using the spectrum analyzer. And this is the procedure to measure the phase noise of the signal. So whatever the signal we have taken for the measurement of the signal power and the signal frequency, same signal we have taken. But while measuring this particular phase noise, you try to give the span is very less value. So we are reducing the span. So previously we have given 100 kilohertz. Now I am giving the span only 10 kilohertz, so that you can able to see the noise clearly. We are visualizing the noise, and then we need to stable that particular noise. For that purpose, here average button, directly here average button is there on the display of the spectrum analyzer. So you click on that one, and here on the display of this particular spectrum analyzer, after clicking the average button, here average will come. On and off is there, we have to make it on. By clicking this one, we can able to make it on, so that you can able to observe the noise level have been stabilized as compared to the previous display. This is the display we can able to observe before making the average on. After making the average on, we are getting the stabilized noise level like this. Okay, and after that we have to go for the markers. Here marker button is there, you have to press that one and select the normal marker, and then here function is available. So within this function directly the phase noise calculation option is available. So click on this function. After clicking on the function, you will observe here phase noise, and here also on and off is there, we have to make it on. And in addition to that one, we need to do one more thing, that is we need to set the offset. Okay, offset manual is there. That offset manual we have to provide a minimum value, that is 10 kilohertz we have to provide. By making it is a 10 kilohertz, the calculation is over. So here offset is there, that you can able to observe that offset we have given 10 kilohertz. So that here you can able to observe here markers by default, here markers came, and here you can able to observe marker 1 del, that is means the difference is there, two markers we are measuring here. Phase noise deviation we are measuring, that means some difference we are measuring. So two markers are there at only one place, that means there is no difference in the amplitude, that's why it is indicating very less value, and both are available at the same frequency, that's why 0 hertz it is available. But by making this phase noise on and by giving the offset is 10 kilohertz, what will happen means, in this manner you will observe. Okay, so if you see marker del, marker 1 del is there. So if you observe that one, 10 kilohertz you are observing. Why did you get here 10 kilohertz? We have given the offset manually is 10 kilohertz only. So it is displaying that one. Next, so here noise measurement is done. Phase noise measurement has been done here, and that is minus 90 dBc per hertz we are getting. So this is with respect to the carrier, which is calculated with respect, C means carrier, okay, which is calculated with respect to carrier per 1 hertz bandwidth. Okay, per 1 hertz bandwidth it is calculated. Two markers will come, one is at the peak value, second one is at the after 10 kilohertz you will get this one. Okay, so this is the thing. In this manner we can able to measure the phase noise. And in addition to these calculations, we can able to see the spectrums of the any signal like AM signal and DSBSC signal. Here those measurements we have done, and final display we have provided here. This is the measurement of the spectrum for the DSBFC AM amplitude modulation DSBFC spectrum. So here three markers we have given, and below of the display here we have given marker table also. Three markers 1, 2, 3 are available, and first marker, that is the red marker, is indicating the 10 megahertz. Our carrier signal whatever we have taken in the generation of this spectrum is available at 10 megahertz, and message signal frequency is available at 1 megahertz. Upper sideband is available at FC plus FM, lower sideband is available at FC minus FM, and in the DSB FC center frequency, that means carrier frequency, is also available. So FC is at 10 megahertz, upper sideband is at 11 megahertz indicated with green color marker, and the lower sideband is indicated with 9 megahertz, that is indicated with white color marker. And here we have provided the spectrum only on right side. Okay, we did not represent it on the left side. And in addition to this one, we have done the DSBSC experiment also, and the spectrum of the DSBSC is indicated here. So upper sideband available at 11 megahertz, that is with the green color marker, and lower sideband is represented with the 9 megahertz, that is with the red color. Here conclusion is, by using this particular spectrum analyzer we can able to measure the signal power, signal frequency, phase noise,